Welcome into Alta High School for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, as we've got a top 5 matchup in 5A ready to square off between the Alta Hawks and the Brighton Bengals. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Boy, what a game we've got on tap for you here tonight from Alta High School. We'll start by introducing the defending state champion and number 2 ranked in the RPI, Brighton Bengals. The Bengals coming in overall at 8-3, 3-1 in region play. They lost to Park City to open up their region slate 10-9, but since then they've won 3 straight. And this is a group for Coach O'Donnell. They've got a lot of offensive firepower. When you look at the ever so talented junior Gabe Carrera, he's got 31 goals this year. But this is a balanced attack for Brighton with Andrew Salinas and Austin Taylor. They're both over 30 goals, and that trio each has over 15 assists. It's a group that scores a lot, and they are very efficient offensively. Be interesting to see how they can get the offense going today. These Alta Hawks, meanwhile, 8-4 overall, coming ranked number 4 in the RPI, 3-0 in region. And atop the region along with Park City. This is a critical game for them as they try to keep pace with the Miners. And leading scorers for the Hawks include the senior Braxton Haroba. What a year he has had. 47 goals, 23 assists. He's been fantastic, the senior for the Alta Hawks. Other scorers to keep an eye on include J.J. Massey for Alta, Kobe Blackham, and Beckham Haroba. They've got their own very talented and efficient offense. Both these teams shooting well over 300 as a team. His little shot there is just shy of the post. Out of play backed up here by Alta, who's in their home white and black. Brighton in the road navy. And I want to take a moment here as we're just underway to remind you with the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, that sort of an activity as we do our best to keep it true with the official clock here in the stadium. This is Braxton Haroba coming around, and there's the senior. Goal number 1 on the night for one of the top scorers in 5A, Braxton Haroba. We did Alta and Olympus just a couple weeks ago, and Braxton had himself a big night, and he's got some real heat on that shot, but you see him working from X there, does a great job coming around and able to beat the starting goalie for Brighton on that first look. It's Landon Stosic, the starting keep for the Bengals. Meanwhile, starting goalie today for Alta will be the senior Colton Tuller. Both these two goalies right around 500 save percentage on the year. Colton over that. Stosic just a touch behind that, 480 coming into this one. As a face-off win gathered for Alta. This is going to be a battle to watch here tonight. Both these two teams have very capable face-off guys. A couple early face-off wins for the Hawks. As here is Hogan Stout. He'll play this back to Haroba and set up the offense here from X once again. Braxton coming around. Nice slide there to take it away on the play by Linford. Sent up to the point. This is J.J. Massey. He'll take a shot. That's high and backed up here by the Hawks. Braxton, little no-look shot. Just missed the target. Backed up by Alta once again. Starting it here will be Burke Staker Jr., number 5 for Alta, as they send this up to Cole Lyman. Lyman looking towards the middle. Webster there defending for the Bengals. Another little running start here for Lyman. Now Massey playing back here with Staker. Sends up. Here's Haroba. Little no-look shot. Boy, again, we talk about the heat he's got. I was talking with his father, head coach Brandon Haroba, and asked him and said, we haven't clocked it in a while, but it's probably mid-80s, that shot from Braxton. It's a lot of heat coming. Braxton. And this shot was wide. Backed up here once again by Alta. Stout will start it for the Hawks. Quickly plays up with JJ. See the shadows creeping onto the field as the night persists. That light will even out a little bit. Little shot here, and boy, that one able to be fought off. Another backup here by Alta. Boy, sustained possession on a lot of these backed up shots for the Hawks. Great sight for the home fans here. Haroba looking around. He'll work out. Massey Thought he had a little angle. He'll try to take that shot. A good save by Stosic. Ground ball here being scrapped for. Alta trying to maintain it as it is Massey coming down to help possess it for the Hawks. JJ, he's got a little room. He'll take the shot. That sailing high and backed up here once again by Alta. Had a broken stick, I believe. So officials here clearing the field. That's one way to get a little bit of a break for the Bengals, although this is an Alta stick. Working around Blackham. Sends up. Here comes Stout. Split through the double team. Alta working up with Jace Brown. Brown, a freshman. We'll play this with Haroba. This is Braxton. He'll wind and fire. Boy, you saw Stosic able to get in front of that one. Lost stick allows Alta to maintain it here once again. Here's Blackham. Lost his footing. Still able to maintain that. Kept here with Brown. Jace working down to GLE. Goal line extended for Lyman. Little screen there. Freed up some room. Sends. And that shot deflected. Brown able to track it down. Just over 8 to go. Feels like just sustained pressure. Haroba. And that shot just wide. This sent up. This is Luke Allen. Little room. Shot there. 5-hole and scored for the Hawks. Beautiful take there by Colby Blackham as he gets Alta on the board. And my apologies. I was getting that name wrong. I want to thank our help here in the booth to get us corrected there. 29 is Luke Allen tonight. Normally wearing number 1. Had a jersey change tonight for Luke. So my apologies for getting that mixed up. 2-0. Alta here early on. Goals from Braxton Haroba and Colby Blackham. As this face off, Brighton maybe over pursued it a little bit. Allowed Spencer Perry to come and gather it. Right in front, Haroba. Was he in the crease? No. It's the third goal of the game for Alta, second for Braxton, as it is a quick 3-0 lead here for the home Hawks. I had someone ask me before the game, who's the best team in 5A? And I said, I don't know the answer to that, but these are two of them. And Alta here early looking really strong. They started strong against Olympus that game a couple weeks ago. Olympus kind of fought back in that one. We'll see if Alta can keep the pressure on or if Brighton's able to kind of get their feet under them. A face-off here. A ground ball that Brighton is finally able to possess. McKean came in to gather it for the Bengals. As Brighton now looks to set up their offense. We talk about their leading scorers. And this is Carrera working around. He'll take the shot. And well, you see how quickly that kind of jumped on Cage as that one just off the mark. This sent across for the Bengals. Carrera, that shot off the mark, but backed up here by Brighton once again. Taylor here will start for the Bengals. Just an FYI, playing red lines here tonight. Taylor, a little bit of room. He'll take the shot and score. Austin Taylor with the first goal of the game for the Brighton Bengals. His 34th of the season for the senior. And Brighton with an important early answer. That start for Alta. If you're a Brighton fan, you need to see something. And That's a great way for Taylor, one of the trio of goal scorers for the Bengals, to help that offense respond. Critical player for them. Been great working from X. Saw that with them last year. As a face-off win here gathered by Webster. Webster working to the wing, and that one just saved as Tuller able to get over, really hug that post and keep that shot out for Alta. Approaching the midway point of this opening quarter is the Hawks looking for the clear. Morris working back to Tuller. They'll reverse it here to Fredley. Sam, one of the long poles, been good for Alta. And a failure to advance. That Brighton D does a great job of not allowing Alta to get it up. And now a late flag coming on here, as I think we might get a delay call here. Yeah, that's indeed the call. So our first man-up opportunity of the game will go the way of the visiting Brighton Bengals, as Fredley there called for the delay. This will be a 30-second technical. You kind of see, had that call come and just kind of toss that ball towards the middle, and the officials there throwing the flag early. So man up here for the Bengals. First opportunity for either team here to have the advantage. Skipped right in front. Oh, that just over the crossbar. Great look there for McKean. Backed up for Brighton. Really love that kind of skip pass over the top there. Near side here with, that was Anderson who worked back up. Dissect right to the middle. It's Taylor from the slot. 2 early goals for Austin Taylor. This one a man-up goal as Brighton back to within 1. Boy, really love the ball movement there from the Brighton Bengal offense, especially on the man-up. You know, as I learned this sport, been 5th year covering it now, but as I learn it, a lot of times you'll see kind of worked around the edge, and Brighton, they're very intentional. Those passes are really trying to cut through that out to D. Found the soft spot from about 8 yards out. Great finish there by Taylor. 5:40 to go here in our opening quarter. This face-off, a good battle. Out of the air, goes right to the pocket there of Alex West. Brighton now looking for the clear right up through the middle. Here's Webster. Worked over, shot to the near side. Taylor's got the hat trick. Boy, after it was 3-0 and possession dominated by Alta, Austin Taylor with 3 goals. Boom, 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 has tied us up here with 5:18 to go in the opening quarter. Boy, that's the kind of response that we talked about trailing early, and Bengal fans have to love seeing that. A face-off here, won by Brennan Grace. And after some early face-off wins for Alta, that's really helped turn the tides for the Bengals in this one, as they've been able to get those face-off wins, the possession, and get into their offense, as the Hawks here looking for the clear. Nice little deke there is brought ahead by Morris, runs into a duo of Tigers. And do we have we got a late flag. I think Brighton going to be guilty here of a similar infraction. You know, I kind of alluded that the flag was thrown, quote-unquote, early on the previous one. I didn't mean that in terms of it being premature, but it was one where being very decisive. An offside call here, actually, the call. My apologies for speculating. So Brighton will be down a player, and Alta here will go man up, 4:53 to go. But this game got a little testy last year, and so I don't know if this crew's aware of that. They probably are. Most officiating crews are, and trying to kind of keep a lid on things here early is Carrera serving the offside penalty. Alta man up here for about another 20 seconds. They work to Braxton. Haroba pushed out there on the defensive Cole. Alta stepping up here. There's a shot out off the pipe. Good look there by Blackham. Able to track it down, maintain it. As time winding down, little bounce shot is wide and backed up by Massey. It will stay here with Alta as the penalty now killed off for the Bengals. So Alta, a couple shots on the man up, couldn't get one through. That slide forcing it up top here with Cole Lyman. Lyman still on it. We'll send to Massey. JJ had a little step there. He'll take a shot, and that one hit off the pipe again. Started back by Allen. Here's Stout trying to work around West. Massey. He'll take a rip, and that save by Stosic. Landon able to track that one well. And now Brighton working to get ahead. Here's Horner across midfield. Wanted Taylor. Austin able to track that down. And we've got a timeout being taken here by the Bengals. 3:09 to go, opening quarter, 3 apiece in this Region 6 battle. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back here. Brighton on the possession, using their first time out here. Settled in. Nice work over. That shot was high and backed up here by the Bengals. Good rip there by Zach Anderson. One of the young men we did not talk about in our open, but he's got 19 goals and 10 assists this year for the Bengals. So just another scorer for Coach O'Donnell's group. Talk about a lot of offensive talent by Brighton, and that's an understatement. A rip there. Backed up. Carrera missing just wide. Really saw Gabe pop last year offensively. Had a big season. He's got another great year this year. Shooting percentage a little lower than I expected coming into this one, but it's got a lot of heat, and it jumps on you. Really talented as Taylor hits that one off the side of the cage, and that allows Tuller to gather it for the Hawks. Here's Morris. Skips Koss. Fredley. Got to get this ahead. And I think, were they late? Oh, got a timeout. It was getting awfully close, and Coach Haroba, sensing that, will take the timeout here to save possession. 2 to play. Opening quarter. We'll step aside, be back. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Want to thank Tab Bank for their sponsorship. Tab Bank is home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Tab Bank, member FDIC. Alta to start. Held possession for really about the first 5 minutes of this game, and it's felt like Brighton has had a majority of it in the offensive end for the Bengals for about the last 5 or so themselves. That time evening out here is back at X. Haroba. Little deke there. He'll turn around and take the shot. And that was just shy of the goal. Backed up here by Alta. Nice job there by Blackham, just staying out of the crease there. Is Alta working into the point here. Anthony Griffin, a little lane there, will play back behind. Blackham worked up to Allen. Allen able to cut through. He'll take the shot, and that was just off the mark, but backed up. Haroba. 2 goals. Oh, nice move. Braxton with a rip. And that hit off the iron. Boy, Alta, they're going to have to go buy some orange paint after this one. They've got probably at least 3, maybe 4 shots that have hit off the iron in this opening quarter. They'll work back here to Lyman. Cole sends up. Here's Braxton. Inside a minute. Tried that little flip pass there to Blackham. Alta trying to maintain it here. Ground ball. And coming away with it is Massey. Here's JJ. 35 seconds left. Little shot for JJ Massey. Threw it right at the feet as Alta able to retake the lead here thanks to the sophomore's first goal tonight. So what makes both these two teams so intriguing is their ability to just create offense and the talent that they have on the offensive end where they can make something out of what seems like a rather, I don't want to say dull, but maybe a quote-unquote safe situation. You feel like you got it locked up, and next thing you know, you got yourself a problem. Here's another face-off win for the Bengals coming up ahead quickly. Fed right in front. Carrera with the answer. Boy, what a beautiful tic-tac-toe passing there for the Bengals. Able to get it to their junior stud, Gabe Carrera, as he scores his first tonight, tied up at 4. Cannot allow Carrera to get to that spot. And if you can work the ball inside like that, it's going to be a tough night for the Alta fans. As Gabe, my goodness. Beautiful shot. We've seen Braxton with a couple no-look shots here early. Gabe with the no-looker behind the back goal there. That's face-off win. Possessed by Webster. It's had a good response for Brighton. McKean being defended by Lyman. Will work back at X. Inside 10 to go. Fed in front. Taylor has that one checked loose. Fredley trying to maintain. Is this one trickling out? Kept in, and that will do it. First quarter, entertaining back and forth. We're tied up 4 apiece. Alta, Brighton in this Region 6 battle. Start of our second quarter. Our game of the week is brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. If you have any legal needs, the experts at Heidemann and Associates can take care of you. Be it setting up a living trust, maybe you have a question whether you need litigation or not, they'll give you a free consultation. If you just call them and tell them that Rewind sent you, call them at 801-472-7742. Alta winning this second quarter faceoff. Had the possession. That pass out just disrupted. Ground ball. And it is Brighton coming up with it there momentarily as Alta continuing to battle, and it's Massey able to find a little bit of room here and allow the Alta offense now to come and set up. Here's Haroba. You see that turnaround now being defended by Hales, but it doesn't matter. Braxton Haroba, he's now got the hat trick. What a look there for the senior. And that would be his 50th goal of the season. Great start to this one for the leading goal scorer and senior attackman, Braxton Haroba. Just talked about, I've kind of seen he loves that little turnaround move, and it looked like it was initially locked up, still able to free up some space there. This face-off collected there by Grace. That pass off the mark allows Haddock to come gather it for Alta. Here's Haroba in the corner. Coming off that screen from Perry. Little dig pass there into a shot. My goodness, Braxton Haroba. What a move there. The little deke pass, and then quickly able to throw it on Cage, able to beat Stosic. His 4th goal tonight, and it's back to a multi-goal Alta lead. I mean, Alta came in having played 12 games. He had 47 goals. It's 4 per. He's met that already here in just the first quarter and 2 minutes. Brighton winning that face-off. Taylor works across. Here's Salinas. Salinas coming right through that shot. Maybe a late stick play there. Able to push it wide and then enter the crease. It will be out to possession. Fredley. It's been an area where Brighton's been good today. They've made these clears difficult. That throw back, just kept by Tuller. But those seconds ticking here, got to get this up. And that pass not able to be handled. Everything's locked up. You try to go over the top there. But a difficult one to try to catch, and Alta gives it up. Again, the Brighton contest on those clears has been strong here early. A couple turnovers forced due to that as Horner bringing it ahead here for the Bengals will take it back at X. Work to Taylor. Salinas. Here's Carrera with the shot. That one didn't make its way through. Gabe trying to stay with it. Battle here, 10 yards out. And Brighton coming up with it. Grace able to win it. Taylor. Got a step. Austin feeding in front to Gabe Carrera with the Brighton answer. What a find there by Taylor as Gabe scoring his 2nd goal tonight. And Austin Taylor unofficially now with 4 points. I don't think he had the assist on the other Gabe goal, but he was involved. I can't remember if he had it or not, but certainly involved in all 5 goals tonight for Brighton has been Austin Taylor. Brighton doing a nice job of getting Carrera right in front of the goal, too, and finding opportunities to free him up in front of the goal. As had that face off, Alta able to come and clean it up. Here's Collins. The long pole works in front, and he'll score. Cole Collins with what I have is his 1st goal of the season. The long pole off the turnover. Able to get the answer for Alta. There was a flag on the play. It's negated due to the goal. You always love the long pole goals. And he gets a great reception on the bench after scoring that one. Premature will give this to the Bengals. Webster plays this back up with Taylor. McKean. Trying to work towards the middle. He's got some room there. And that one, I think, ended up being off the goal post. They try to get it back into the crease. Smothered there by Tuller. And you see Alta trying to quickly clear. That has been the element that's been tough for them tonight, but speed will overcome it. Lyman able to bring it ahead and give to Haroba. As Alta now to set up the offense. A little bit of room here for Allen. He'll play back to Haroba. Braxton. You see double team there. Has to give it up. Massey with room. He'll step into a shot here. Denied by Stosic. Kept by the Hawks. Haroba skips out. Lyman will shoot, and that was off target, backed up. Haroba starting. Boy, he set that up. Tried to go 5-hole, and Stosic able to get the stick down. Save that one. Good save there for Landon Stosic. Brighton working on the clear here. Coming ahead, long pull the other way, and Tuller able to track it. Little 10-man here for Brighton. Tuller going to take a swing at it. That one in the goal, and it's a goalie goal. How about Colton Tuller taking advantage of the 10-man ride, able to throw that 60 yards for the Hawks. Boy, absolutely love the celebration by Alta. The whole team went over to Colton Tuller. They were all jumping, excited for the senior goalie, able to get a goal here in this huge rivalry game. Push the lead up to 3. Brighton looking for a response. Tuller taking it away. He'll look to clear quickly here again. Alta on the run with Perry. Spencer's got numbers. He'll wind and fire and score. It's Spencer Perry with his first goal tonight. A 4-0 run here by Alta. And Tuller able to quickly get the clear. Perry behind the defense. And Alta with a lot of momentum here in this second quarter after Brighton come back to tie things up. And you see how quickly things can change in this sport, man. So fun to watch. As Brighton, you know they've got another run in them. Will it come here, or can Alta continue to build on this? It's a face-off win for the Bengals. Anderson coming in to possess. We'll play this with Colt McKean. And now up here with Horner. Carrera trying to come around. He'll take the shot and score. Gabe Carrera going 5-hole. There's the Brighton answer. Just what they needed as Gabe now with a hat trick. He scored his third goal of the game. We didn't do a ton of Brighton last year. Did maybe 2 games, maybe 3. Felt like he was more of kind of a shooter from outside. But, boy, today he's been very active getting in front of the cage, getting that prime shooting area. He's done a great job. And they've done a great job finding him in those areas as well. This face-off. Still on the ground. Alta trying to sweep that ahead. And it will be Anderson coming back to gather for the Bengals. Room here for Brighton. Coming right in and just missed that off target. Backed up here by Brighton. Boy, good look there. Salinas had a steam. McKean. He'll work around. That hits off the crossbar. The follow-up is in. Boy, what a play by Andrew Salinas. The initial shot went off the crossbar. Salinas able to scoop it up quickly, throw it back on target. And back-to-back goals now for Brighton. Here's that run that we alluded to. .5:20 to go here, first half. 9-7 Alta. Been a game of runs. Alta scored the first three, Brighton the next three. Went back and forth. Then a 4-run run for Alta. And now back-to-back Brighton goals. See if they can get a third here. Salinas. He'll work to Carrera. Brighton will bring up Burton. Back behind. Taylor. Nice little move there. Tough angled shot. And how about the chase? Boy, heck of a win there for Colton Tuller on the chase. Closest to will give it to the Alta Hawks. Brighton in a 10-man again. This one intercepted out of the air by Hanks. On a run right to the cage, and good deflection there by Perry. Able to send this back, and that will allow the Alta D to get set up. Just like that in front of the goal, and saved there by Tuller. Boy, nice job. Was very aggressive there, coming right up to the shooter. Able to really take away any space to get a clean look. Brighton doing a lot of 10-man ride here in this first half. Here's Perry. He'll play to Massey. JJ feeds over, and now some patience being shown here by Anthony. We'll give to Haroba. Braxton gives to JJ. Massey with a lane, takes a shot and a save by Stosic. And we've got a flag coming in here after the shot. Massey took contact, and the flag here thrown on Brighton. So Alta going to go man up here. As I think maybe an illegal body check. No, unnecessary roughness to call here. I was actually talking with a coach, I think it was last week, and said he felt like there was a lot of those late hits, unnecessary roughnesses that could be called. And that was the call there. So Brighton man up here for 1 minute. Unsuccessful in their other man-up opportunity. Good pass right to GLE. Massey, the shot that hit off the iron. JJ able to scoop it back up. Still on it. Works over. Blackham. Send good lineman. Now JJ again. Good closeout there by the Bengal D. JJ set up. He'll rip. And that was wide. Backed up here by Alta. Lyman plays to Haroba, back up with Cole. Haroba steps around, feeds in front. Little shot on a goal. Great feed over to Luke Allen as the senior scoring his first goal of the game. And how about the assist from Haroba? We saw Brighton attack very similarly on their man up, where you saw kind of that cutting pass right to the backside of the cage. Alta returning the favor here, and it's Luke Allen able to push it back to a 3-goal lead for the Bengals, or for the Hawks, my apologies. And we'll have a timeout here taken. Timeout, 10-7. Alta leading Brighton here with 2:45 to go in our first half. We will face off, 2:45 to go here in our opening half. 10-7. Alta out in front. 7 different goal scorers for the Hawks. As this face-off won by Brighton. And the Bengals setting things up. Here comes Salinas. Gives with McKean. Here's Colt. Carrera now surveying. He's got a little lane, tries to throw it on Cage. Backed up by Brighton. Salinas. Little spin move, tough defense. Carrera. Trying to work in front, and that's off the side. Boy, he fooled me. I thought that was a goal. I was getting ready to give the call, and it was the reaction from Tueller. Recognized that ball was outside. It's a great move there by Gabe. Is Alta here trying to come ahead, and a penalty flag now coming in. Alta going to go man up here once again as the push. Well, we'll see if it's a push or a cross check here, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a cross check. 1 minute man up opportunity coming up here for the Hawks. They scored on their last man up opportunity. Aroba. Sent over to Stout. See Alta trying to get that ball moving quickly. Allen right in the slot. They'll give to Braxton. He'll wind. No, fed over. Shot here. 5-hole goal again for the Hawks as this is Blackham able to score the man-up goal for Alta. When you see another instance of that dissecting pass and just great offense there for the Hawks. And the patience there by Blackham, not forcing it, kind of waiting to find that prime spot. Maybe a little off the island there, but a beautiful job of getting it past Stosic. And that's 11-7 Alta. So Alta capitalizing on the last 2 man-up opportunities. Good mojo there for Coach Aroba's squad. Face-off win by Brighton. Coming ahead, Webster, the shot and the answer. Well, that'll do for the Bengals. Jackson Webster. Take it, make it. First goal of the game for the senior. And gives Brighton the answer, the response they were looking for. He'll step right back in. As it will be Torina, a sophomore here for Alta. Been a good battle. And the face-off for these two. This one locked up. And it's Webster coming away with it. And we've got a timeout being taken by Brighton. 43 seconds to go. 11-8. Alta leading Brighton on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Bengal possession. Final 40 seconds. Salinas thought about it. Working to the, lost it. My apologies. I completely lost that one. As Morris lost it out, it's back to Brighton. Here come the Bengals. Fed to Taylor. Little no-looker finds the back of the net. Boy, I thought that might have been a pass initially. But the changeup for Austin Taylor as he nets his 4th goal of the night. Pulls Brighton to within 2. Boy, and if you're the Bengals, you love back-to-back goals, but there's enough time on the clock here. You could get another opportunity and pull this back to within 1 goal. They scored quickly enough off of that. And an opportunity where Alta has possession, working on the clear. They couldn't get it cleared cleanly. And next thing you know, that ball's in the back of the net via Austin Taylor. 4 goals tonight for Taylor. A couple assists as well. This a very interesting face-off for these two teams. See Trina trying to lock it up. Take some time off the clock, ground ball. And Brighton had it there momentarily. Still on the turf, 10 seconds to play. And a loose ball push here. We'll give it to the Bengals. Can Brighton do anything with this? Limited time. A little bit of room. Horner feeds in front. Carrera turns around just off target. And that will do it for the opening half. Runs by each side. It's the Alta Hawks with the halftime lead, 11-9 over Brighton at the break. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates and Tab Bank. Welcome back. Who's ready for more? 11-9. Alta leading Brighton. We knew these two teams had great offense. I don't know I expected to have this much offense. Boy, it's been high scoring, intense, back and forth, up and down. And this second half starting with Brighton winning the possession. Coming right down Webster. That fought off by Tuller. A ground ball for the Hawks. Can't get the clean clear. Brighton staying on it, and they score immediately. It's Austin Taylor going top corner as Brighton is pulled to within 1. How about the game for Austin Taylor? 5 goals now for the senior. He's got unofficially 38 on the year. That is good now to be tied with Salinas for the lead for the team. And the amount of which these two teams were scoring in the first half, thought it might die off a little bit. No, that took 16 seconds. As another face-off win by Webster. He's found his rhythm. Settled right in from the spot. Here's Anderson working in front, and that just saved by Tuller. Boy, important save there for Tuller and the Hawks as Brighton again. They'll continue on with that 10-man, and we've got a whistle. I missed it. My apologies. It's given back to the Bengals. Here comes Brighton quickly. Carrera working in front, takes the shot off the side of the cage and smothered there by Tuller. Here we go again. They'll toss this one down, just wide. And who's there on the chase? They give it to Brighton. Alta fans thought that Blackham was closer to it. But Brighton will be given the possession. Here come the Bengals. McKean. A little bit of room here. McKean will work up. Salinas got around the defense. He'll take a tough shot. And that backed up by Brighton. Taylor. Little spin move. Austin feeding in front. Great ball movement. And that one kept out. Tuller with the save. Boy, love the vision there from Austin Taylor, able to find the freshman Burton. Just denied by the goalie. Got to get this up. Fredley being forced back here. The stick check there. Boy, great job by Salinas making it tough. And another failure to advance. That Brighton pressure continuing to do its job and get turnovers. Brighton back on it. Taylor trying to work around Brown. Nice spin. Austin, the shot right to the body of Tuller. Able to be saved. And here's that quick clear. This is where Alta's been their best, but that pass couldn't be handled. Tossed ahead for Taylor. And now Brighton coming right back up the field. Carrera from GLE. Had it knocked loose. Tuller there trying to possess just outside the crease. Ground ball. Carrera there. Tuller now providing support as we've got whistles here. And this will be given a hold there. We'll give it to Brighton. Fed behind. McKean. Series of spin moves now pushed out there by a trio of Hawks. McKean with the shot, and Tuller able to track and save. Good early saves here for Tuller. Gave up that first goal, and since has maybe made 3 strong saves between the pipes for Alta. Here's the heave, that over the top, and maybe bodied there by West to keep it out. And Brighton right back on it. Carrera through the middle. And it has been the Bengals who've really dominated possession. Gabe, left-handed shot, saved by Tuller. And able to prevent that from trickling in after the initial save was made. Fredley playing ahead. Got to get the touch, and they do. Massey working in front and able to throw it on and score. The 10-man, and Brighton was not able to get back. Massey, the goalie was trying to defend him, and Massey, once he had him beat, the defense not able to come over and cover. JJ scores his second goal of the game. Brighton has not led tonight. They've made some real good surges. Alta's been able to always kind of keep that cushion. As this face off, and a loose ball push there, we'll give it to the Hawks. Fed ahead, here's Haroba. It feels like it's been a while since he's taken a shot. See if Alta can get a good look for their leading goal scorer. Little fake pass there, but that defense wasn't biting. The check there, and it's Anderson coming away with it. Now Brighton working to clear up. Here's Taylor. Around the screen. Austin Taylor, the shot, missed high and backed up here for Brighton by Carrera. Gabe. They just brought McKean on. That pass just over his stick. Coming near side, saved by Salinas. Defensive help there provided by Albrecht. Forced that pass back behind the goal. McKean working around right in front. Shot and a goal for Brighton. Colt McKean with the answer for the Bengals as it's back to a 1-goal difference. First goal of the game for McKean. Able to take advantage after he beat his man behind the cage. These two teams, we talked about their starts of the year, and each of them have scored double digits and high double digits in each of their region wins. In fact, the fewest goals scored between these two teams in a region win was 15 for Alta when they defeated Olympus. Every other game, 16, 19, 19, 20, 25. These offenses playing really well at the right time of the year. That's been on display here tonight. Stout. Here's Allen. Coming with Lyman. Cole here. Coming down that right alley. Forced back behind with Haroba. Braxton. A little bit of room. He'll take the shot, and that did not make its way through. Out of play. Out the closest two. They'll have it here on the backup. Of course, for those new to the game, we're still learning the game on shots. When that ball goes out, it's the team with the player closest position. They get awarded possession. Often called the backup. Is this one backed up here for Alta? Allen. He'll work with Stout. Hogan. Absorbing contact gives to Massey. JJ, little step out. And that shot just a titch wide. Backed up here for Alta. Allen works up. Stout. He's coming down. He's looking far side there. And this one will be backed up by Alta. Boy, it was a good chase given there by Nash Hales, the sophomore. Haroba starting. Lost it. Good defense there. That jarred loose again, and that did cross. Last to touch was Alta. It will be Brighton possession. Really good defensive effort there by Nash Hales. We just talked about him a moment ago, just a sophomore. The long pull for Brighton. Did a great job of pressuring Haroba, jarring it loose, and after he has scored 4 goals in the first 14 minutes. Haroba's not scored since, and I don't even know if he's got more than 2 or 3 shots in the last quarter and a half. As a loose ball push there, we'll give this back to Alta. Bradley will give this to Tuller. Brighton coming off that 10-man. They've been beat a couple times while they've been trying to create pressure with it. I think you'll still see them mix it in there with their defensive pressure. It's been effective as we're inside 4 to go here in the third. Staker works to Massey. Here's JJ. Oh, nice spin move. Going top shelf. JJ Massey with the Alta goal, his third of the game. Second here of the quarter. In fact, yeah, he's the only goal scorer for Alta in this second half. A nice answer there for the sophomore. Unofficially the 30th goal of the season for JJ Massey, a young man, and this number, according to stats reported, he's got a .491 shot percentage. His shots end up in the back of the cage 49% of the time. An unreal shooting percentage. I had to do a double take on that one as I was prepping for the game tonight. Fantastic. Is this face-off won by Brighton? Here's a shot right to Tuller. Nice save. Possession kept here with Brighton. Fed over. Salinas in front. Able to dice through. Takes a shot. Flag coming in. Is that one off the post? Tuller will come out to collect. And we will get the call as Brighton will go man up here. 3:19 left in our third quarter. The slash call will be a 1-minute man-up opportunity here for the Bengals. Brighton's been good on the man-up tonight. Just one man-up goal for Brighton. But they've been extremely effective. They haven't had a lot of opportunities. In fact, I think this is just the second man-up opportunity of the game for the Bengals, if my notes are correct. Fed in front. That pass couldn't be caught cleanly. Ends up with Tuller. As Alta here will work on the clear. They got about another 40 seconds to try to kill off here. Pressure being shown by Brighton. Haroba could not catch up to it, and it is back to the Bengals. Time ticking down on this penalty. Swept up for Salinas. Is a flag coming in here. Goes backside and score. It's Gabe Carrera with the finish for the Bengals. Fourth goal of the game for Gabe. As I cross-check the call, so that will be enforced. Alta will go man down here again for 1 minute as Carrera, and my apologies, I know we were real close to that penalty coming off. I think that was a man-up goal. I think it was, actually no, it was right around. So I'm going to say it was not, but I could be wrong on that. Regardless, we're back to the face-off, and it's another man-up opportunity here for the Bengals. Still looking for possession, and it is Brighton coming away with it thanks to Zach Anderson. Room here. Shot. Saved by Tuller. Looking for the clear. Up through the middle. He will send it ahead with Jace Brown. Brown trying to work around the pesky D of Alex West, the double team coming over, and it gives Brighton the possession. Stosic, that pass a little tall, able to be tracked down there by Horner. Room now for Linford. He'll give to Taylor. As the penalty killed off by Alta, back to even strength are the Hawks. Here's Carrera to the middle. Look out. Shot and a save by Tuller. Quick outlet up for Perry. As we're inside a minute to go here in our third quarter. Perry coming up. He'll take the shot, and that is backed up here by Alta. Couldn't tell if Stosic got a piece of that or not, but he tracked it well. They'll work up with Haroba. Braxton takes a rip. Be backed up. Tough pass there. It'll be kept here by Anthony. Griffin skips across. That worked through to Braxton. You see Brighton really just trying to play him physical and deny everything as the double team now in the corner. Flag coming in on the play. Brighton had it, and we'll get the call here with 7 seconds left as Alta will go man up. This will be a push and a 30-second man up opportunity for the Hawks. which with just 7 seconds left, I think you probably see them hold on here as having the possession while the penalty being enforced would give Alta possession to start that fourth. And indeed, Hiroba doesn't seem too intent as he will hold to take the possession into the fourth. 13-12, Alta leading Brighton as we head to the final frame on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Start of our fourth quarter. Alta leading by 1. They will start with the ball here, having about 23 seconds left here on the man up. Trying to remain undefeated in region play. They and Park City, the only 2 undefeated teams coming into action tonight. Brighton having lost to the Miners would be a challenge for Brighton to come back from a 2-game deficit. And there's the man-up goal scored for Alta as it is J.J. Massey. Boy, Brighton really did a nice job on him in that first half, but he's got 4 goals now, 3 of them in this second half as he pushes that Alta lead back to 2. And it is a man-up goal for Alta. But we talk about, Brighton 3-1, that loss to Park City. A loss here, they'd be 2 games down of the leaders, and you don't play everyone twice in Region 6. So would have lost to the other 2 undefeated teams. It'd be hard to think that an Alta and a Park City would each lose 2 more times. This region is tough with Highland and East and Olympus, but Alta's played Olympus, handled them. So this is a very critical game for Brighton and their hopes at a Region 6 title. They've done a great job fighting back, but have not led tonight. Here's Salinas. Salinas works to Taylor. Taylor will send this over for Anderson. Zach has a little room. Feeds into the middle, and that shot bouncing wide. Good look there. I think it was by Anderson who took that shot. Might have been McKean. Carrera. Well, that is really tough. You see how physical Morris was trying to be. They'll call that a did not go out. My apologies. Here's Salinas. Salinas right in front. That shot just wide and backed up. Right to the middle, Salinas. That one, everyone kind of lost track on that. Backed up. Sent over Carrera. On the angle there, and yeah, that second one drawing a flag, worked in front and scoring. Boy, great job just persevering despite the contact. How about the move put on there by Zach Anderson, the sophomore, scoring for Brighton to pull the Bengals back to within 1. inside, 10 to go. These faceoffs, we've seen Brighton really start to have the edge here from the spot. Is another faceoff win here for Webster. Alta's going to have to lock that up or start to win some of those here over these final 9.5 minutes to go. Uh-oh. Room here for Salinas right at the crease. Carrera, he's coming around. Little turn back hit off the post. Stays here as you see the run that Taylor put on to get there to be closest to. Great job by him. He's had a great game tonight. Taylor will work up. Here's Carrera. Switch that right hand, a look there. And it is backed up by Brighton once again. Salinas. Still on it. Carrera sends over. Kind of high slot area, lost it. As Jensen gives back to Carrera here. Everything kind of bunched up in the middle there. Forced Gabe to kind of retread it. Shot there, backed up by Brighton. Look out, Taylor coming around and scoring. Austin Taylor has tied us up at 14 as utilizing his speed and placement. His 6th goal of the night draws us even here in the 4th. A face-off win for the Bengals. Webster fed to Carrera. Oh, nice cut right to the goal and the score. Brighton takes their first lead of the game as Zach Anderson. How about the ball movement there by Brighton, though? Carrera plays behind the cage. Anderson makes the cut right in front. Love the feed. And Anderson one-on-one able to give Brighton the 15-14 lead with 8:05 to go in regulation. Boy, a quick pair of back-to-back goals for the Bengals. We mentioned both these teams have the ability to put on runs. It has been Brighton with the latest, and a procedure there will give it back to the Bengals. Eight to go. Here is Anderson. Didn't call his name a ton in that first half, a couple times on possession, but a pair of goals here in the 4th. Here's Carrera, big windup, and that just hit off the post. We talked about the speed he's got on his shot. It was on display there for the Bengals. Carrera. Trying to feed in front, and it is Taylor again. What a night for Austin Taylor, and that is Gabe Carrera, and you see the respect that Alta's trying to pay to him, but a beautiful dime able to find Austin Taylor right on the side of the cage, and my goodness, a career night for Austin Taylor. He has been fantastic. 7.5 to go. And what's been a 4-1 scoring advantage for the Bengals in the fourth. They come up with a possession here again off the faceoff. Webster. And Alta's had to play a lot of D in this fourth quarter, as he just gives this now to Despain. Despain will take the shot in. Tuller with the save. And that clear, that's a tough pass. Brighton contesting. Salinas trying to keep it here for the Bengals. And the push there, it will be Brighton possession. Boy, how the turntables have turned. Carrera with the shot and the goal. Gabe Carrera with the rip. He had the assist on the last one. And this time, the junior sniper with the goal and a timeout by Alta. 17-14. Here come the Bengals on KSL Sports Rewind's game of the week. Taking the timeout, and boy, they got to find a response. It starts here, but you talk about the nights for Austin Taylor and Gabe Carrera. That duo has combined for 12 of the 17 Brighton goals, 7 of them coming from Austin Taylor, 5 now for Carrera, and they've each been very unselfish, looking for opportunities to get the other or even their other teammates involved in this one. As this ball rolling out, last to touch was Alta. It will be Brighton possession again, and we talk about the importance of possession in this game. Brighton feels like they've owned possession in this fourth quarter. I know Alta has a goal, but I don't know if they have more than a minute of possession. Speaking of the Hawks, here's a bit of a surge. Taylor working in front. And that backed up by Carrera. It's now a 5-1 fourth quarter scoring advantage for the visiting Bengals. Worked in front, Carrera, shot and goal. Number 6 tonight for Gabe Carrera. I mentioned in that first half that his shooting percentage coming into this game, according to stats reported, was .248. I said that felt low. He's shown you in this fourth quarter that is a couple real good looks for Carrera. And his shooting percentage on the night certainly above that. Webster with another face-off win. Taylor, room, goal. Rinse and repeat for the Brighton Bengals. It is a 7-1 fourth quarter for Brighton, and we're not even midway through. And just for some perspective, we talk about Brighton. Their one region loss was at the hands of Park City. They lost that game 10-9. You've seen how electric their offense is tonight. That is how good that Park City defense is, limiting them just 9 goals. Guess what? Webster has it stick checked away. As a flag now coming in here late. Couple flags, actually. As Webster was a little slow to get up. He looks like he's okay. Official's going to converse here. Looks like it'll be Alta going man down, and boy, everything that could go wrong in this fourth quarter for the Hawks has. Boy, a 2-minute non-releasable cross-check call. So Brighton already had all the momentum in this fourth quarter, and now Alta will have to play man down for 2 minutes, and this is a chance for Brighton to really. 5 is tough, the way that they've dominated possession in the fourth, but they can really make this near impossible. Taylor gives back here to Anderson. Now Carrera. Gabe with a shot. Tuller able to body that down. Now scrapping for the possession. Alta on it. A double team coming there by Brighton. Collins able to handle it. And now we're going to get a flag here. There's actually 2 flags on the call or on the field. One indication seemed to be a hold. We'll see if that'll be the only penalty or not. I thought I saw an indication for a hold. I might have gotten it wrong. Slash is the call. Oh, so there's 2 penalties. So one is a slash. That'll be a minute. The other one is a push. That'll be a 30-second technical. So Alta here will now be man up. And we've got a timeout being taken here by Brighton. 5.5 to go in this pivotal Region 6 game. We'll have the conclusion when we come back.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
It will be Haroba to start. They're trailing by 5.5 to go. Man advantage for the Hawks. They've got about another minute on their non-releasable. But 2 men in the box here for the Bengals for 30 seconds. Here's Haroba. He'll take the shot, and that sailed. Backed up by Blackham. Worked over. Massey. Here's a shot by Haroba. That one did not make its way through. And how about, boy, very aggressive there by Stosic, able to come up, possess it, and get it up the field. Boy, we've got a flag on the other end, and Stosic is still down here for Brighton. And we're going to get a stoppage here as Stosic now just kind of getting back to his feet. We saw one of these a little bit earlier where we had the unsportsman, and don't know if we'll get a similar one here or what. Stosic going to come off the field as it'll be Charles Montreth, the junior, will step into the crease here for Brighton. Stosic, he's made some nice saves tonight, and I know you might look at 19 goals given up, but he's had some big saves, some timely saves, and now we're going to get another flag going to be tacked on here. As I don't think Coach Haroba likes the explanation. We mentioned the buildup of this game last year and knew that this one could get intense tonight. It started to be that way, and indeed it will be a 2-minute. I think they signaled, I don't know if they signaled illegal body check or unsportsmanlike. My apologies. There's a lot going on right now. It is a non-releasable here. Stosic still being looked at on the sideline. But he's up on his feet. Hope he's okay. Appears to be okay. He's still kind of waiting for all the dust to settle here. Stosic coming over there and just kind of trying to make amends of the situation. He looks to be okay. Good to see. And now still an explanation being given to the Alta bench. They've got 3 players right now in the box. Just one for the Bengals. 4:48 to go in regulation. Alta led the entire game, and early in this fourth quarter, Brighton really started to build momentum, caught on it. Dominance at the face-off led to possession after possession, some quick goals. really trying to get the bench settled. There's a lot of people trying to have or engage in the conversation. Haroba now the only conversation with the official. As it looks like we're ready to resume here. Two teams played last year. It was the first time they had played since I think 2022. Might have been 21. It was an Alta win that game 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember. I looked today. I want to say 22, but that doesn't seem like it's long enough. I think it might have been 21. It's the first game of the year. Alta defeated Brighton, but lost at the hands of the Bengals last year. The Hawks did. And trailing here is they'll be down a couple players. Each team with one timeout left. 3 players. Nope. 3 players off here for Alta. So it'll be a 2-man advantage for the Bengals, and 2 of these penalties for Alta being served are non-releasable. The one, I think, is about 1:15 in. The other, a fresh 2. Only 3 defenders here for the Hawks and their goalie. Brighton can seemingly take a lot of time off the clock here. See how aggressive they like to be as they're back to even strength. Carrera trotting back on the field here. It's now 6-on-3 for the Bengals. Taylor worked back Carrera. First penalty fought off for Alta. Brighton still just really trying to take time off. Second penalty looks to be cleared here for Alta. So Brighton still here 1 man up for about another minute. This is kind of what I thought you'd see. 5-goal lead, no need to really go and score goals. You don't want to have an opportunity to give up a face-off and lose it. This is right now, the clock is your biggest adversary if you're the Bengals, and really just taking time off. Going to force Alta to come out and push, and being 1 man down here, Alta may be a little better position to do so. It's still a difficult scenario against this very talented Brighton offense. Carrera will work near side. Taylor. Anderson, he's added great offense here in the 4th. Taylor's got 3 goals in the 4th, a pair for Carrera and a pair for this man, Zach Anderson. Taylor a senior, Carrera a junior, and Anderson a sophomore. A lot of depth in this Brighton program. Experience and talented youth getting experience. As Brighton has now killed off the final penalty, or Alta's killed off the final penalty. Back to even strength, 6-on-6. 2:40 to go here in regulation. And Brighton hold on to that 5-goal lead. The possession in this 4th, heavily in favor of the Bengals. Maybe 80-20 for Brighton in this 4th quarter. Carrera. Salinas. Will work. And that one just lost by Despain. Alta coming ahead. They give to Haroba. Had 4 goals in the first 14 minutes. Has not scored since. We've got a Brighton player down at midfield. Has an injury. Looks to be maybe cramps. This one sent across. Run right to the cage. Shot, and that one kept out by Montreth. I don't know if he knew quite where that was, but able to make the kick save. How about the junior coming in? You see his defense coming over. Tell him congrats. As now now we'll get a stoppage here and a chance to look. I think it might be McKean. Looked like he was trying to stretch that out. I think it's just cramps. Is Montreth going to come off here? He'll get props from the bench here, making that save as Stosic back on the field here for the Bengals. Indeed, trying to stretch out McKean here. Just over 90 seconds to go in regulation. Been a great game. We talk about how good these two teams are. This is a top 5 battle. Brighton number 2 in the RPI coming in tonight. Alta number 4 in the RPI. We knew a lot at stake, not just in region, but for RPI seedings as well. And again, these two teams only playing once in the regular season, so we only get one whack. And Brighton took a lot of lumps from Alta in this one early, but this fourth quarter by the Bengals has been absolutely impressive. Still that 7-1 scoring advantage in this fourth quarter is good to see there. McKean back to his feet, able to walk off. But Brighton fell down early. Had to fight back at multiple points of the game tonight and able to do so, and now we'll get a timeout taken. 90 seconds to go. Just more than that. Timeout. We'll be back. You're watching this Region 6 battle on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Got recap video, boys or girls recaps every week coming out on KSLSports.com. Go find out the latest happenings of your favorite sport or school on KSL Sports. And, of course, want to remind you, oh, folks, you better clear your calendar for the morning of May 10th. Saturday, May 10th, the state brackets will be revealed, and we will have a live bracket reveal show for you at 10 a.m. to go through all of the pairings, the brackets, the matchups for 6A, 5A, 4A, boys and girls. You want to make sure you tune in Saturday, May 10th, 10 a.m. on KSLSports.com for our live bracket reveal. .98 seconds left. Brighton possession. These two teams continue their region play. Brighton has a little bit of a time off as they'll take on Skyline next week. Meanwhile, no rest for the Hawks. They'll play West Jordan later this week as a check there, able to jar it loose. Flag coming in on the play. And with 1:20 left, looks to be an offside penalty. So Alta will go man down again. 30-second technical. The Bengals continue to roll. Talk about the loss to West Jordan. In their 3 games since that, they had scored 68 goals. Tack on another 19 tonight, and you're looking at 77 goals in their last 4 region wins for the Brighton Bengals. They'll still have to take on Olympus. They'll also have to take on Highland. But able to split the matchup with Park City and Alta will keep Brighton in the hunt for a Region 6 championship. They'll still need help, being a game back of Park City, but this region is so good that is not out of the realm of possibility. 20 seconds to go here in regulation. Brighton trailed early. They trailed by 4 multiple times tonight, but a 7-1 fourth quarter scoring advantage really propelled by Austin Taylor and Gabe Carrera, and the Brighton Bengals walk out of here with a crucial Region 6 win, 19-14. The Bengals still in the hunt for Region 6. Boy, so many great performances we could talk about tonight. Obviously, Hiroba was strong early. Mossy had a great second half. Really, both goalies. I know there's a lot of goals on the scoreboard, but they both had really big, timely saves. But, man, the nights for Taylor and for Carrera, I mean, the nights of legend is 8 goals unofficially for Austin Taylor, 5 for Gabe Carrera, 13 of the 19 coming from that duo. Our players of the game, the senior Austin Taylor and the junior Gabe Carrera. Thank you so much for joining us for this classic Brighton with a 19-14 win for Quentin Psyche. My name is Dane Stewart. Have a great night. Brighton defeating Alta, a number 2 seed, getting the better number 4, 19-14 from Alta High School.